Perfect. So perfect square, that can be expressed as a product. We saw that. So if I say 121, what do you say? You say 11 times 11. So a product is a multiplication of two equal rational factors. Okay, rational numbers are whole numbers, which is 11. If I say 64, you say 8 times 8. If I say 144, you say, you should have these memorized up to 13, okay? Or be able to come up with them, right? If get one close by. Right? I say 9 times 9, you say, yeah, good. So those are all perfect squares. Now 0.25, it can also be a perfect square. Make it a fraction. Then it's easy. What you do is you square root the top, and you square root the bottom. And you get 5 over 10 times 5 over 10. Now you could do the decimal, but that's pretty useless for most things. So I wouldn't really go that route. Just like 9 over 16, you can square root the whole thing, which is like square rooting the top over square rooting the bottom. Just write that down, don't just stare at it. Okay. So let's try this one. Please rewrite this. Square root 81 over 49. Fill in the blanks. So this would be root 81, root 49, and then you'd be 9 over 7 times 9 over 7. Okay. Okay. So we want to add in the diagram of root 16. Did we do that root 16 up top? Yeah, we did. So you don't have to draw it because you already did it once. You want to get a square, and then you just want to understand that there's 16 squares on the inside, that the side length is the square root. So 4 by 4, and there's 16 squares on the inside. Okay. So we can say square root 16 equals 4. So continuing on then, a trampoline has a side length of 2.6. Estimate and calculate the area of the trampoline. So for the estimation, 2.6. What's a whole number below? 2. That equals 4. Whole number above? 3. So then 3 squared equals 9. So approximately what does 2.6 squared? Now notice I'm not using equal sign. I'm using either one squiggly or two squiggly lines. Your choice. It's not an equal sign. It's an approximation. Okay. So what's the approximate value? 7? Yeah, 7 pretty good. Okay. I might take 8. It's probably a little bit high. 6 I would take, but I absolutely would not take anything less. Okay. So then calculate it. Area equals 2.6 squared. Go to your calculator. Make sure you know how to do it. Do not use your cheat button. Use the all-encompassing button, which means everything will work, not just one question. And you get 6.76. Are we close? Yes, we are. Good enough. Okay. So what we want to do now is determine whether these ones are perfect squares. So for 25 over 49, we want to see, can we square root the whole thing? So can we square root the top and can we square root the bottom? What's the answer to the top? And the bottom? So this is a perfect square, PS. We're at 0.4. What is that as a fraction? Okay, so let's square root it. Can we square root the top? What about the bottom? No. Okay, so 2 over we don't know, So this is not perfect. It's not a Mr. Barker number. Whereas A is perfect, like me. Usually you're supposed to laugh at me and say, yeah, right. Okay, there you go. Just helping you out. Yes, you guys obviously are good students of character. Square root. Can we square root it? Is it perfect? Yeah, because the top and the bottom, you should be writing these separate. 11 over 4. So this is perfect. Just writing marker. Perfect. Okay. What about the next one, 1.2? What is that as a fraction? 1/2 or 12 over 10. Well, I mean, just look at it. Is it perfect? No, you can't take the square root of 12 or 10. Not perfect. What about 0.09? 9 over... Oh, this is interesting. Square root 9. Square root 10. Sorry, square root 100. 10. So this one is perfect. Okay, so I want to show you guys a little pattern here. It's kind of a side note, but it's kind of neat. 0.4, that is not perfect. What is 0.04? What does that equal? 4 over 100, which is 2 over 10. Sorry, which is, and then square root it, 2 over 10, which equals 0.2. Okay, watch this, 0.004. Not perfect. So what about 0.00? Oh, how many decimals do I have? 4. Well, guess what? That's going to be, when I square root that, so that's going to be 10,000. When I square root that, I get 0.02. Oh, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What about that? Not perfect. What about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Now, this has 6. How many decimals will I have when I square root it? 3. Now, that's just a little bit of a pattern. Do you have to know it to memorize it? No, but it can be helpful. Tony?
Even numbers that can square?
Perfect squares, yeah. They're perfect squares. So, okay, let's see how smart you guys are. 0.0036. What is that if you square root it? 0.36. Okay. No. 0.06. Sorry, you guys. 0.06. Well, this one. 0.049. 1, 2, 3. It's not perfect. Okay. Okay, continuing on then. So this is the square root. So we have to estimate what this is squared. So, whole number below, which is 25. Whole number above, which is 36. So what do you think 5.2 will be? 27. Notice again, I don't use an equal sign, I use an approximate sign. Okay, it's a little squiggly equal sign. So what's a perfect square below 0.39? Oh, sorry, I'm totally screwing this up. This is the square root. So what's below this? 0.4. I'm an idiot. 0.4 is above. Below is 0.3. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'll delete that. I said that. I should not have used bad language like that. I apologize. Sorry about that. So what is 0.3 squared? 0.9. What's 0.14 squared? So what's 0.39 squared?
0.10.
It's really, really close to the same one that's really close to it, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you gotta look at closeness. Okay. Yes, Sarah.
So it says calculate, so do you just do that?
Oh, then you should go to your calculator and do your calculator. Yeah. So 5.2 squared. Go to your calculator. 5.2 times 5.2, 27.4. Next one, 0.39 squared. Go to your calculator. 0.1521. Good. Okay, 10.8. How are you guys going to do that one? Go ahead, do it. Whole number below would be 10. So what about 10.8 squared? You know what? 118, 119, those are good ones. I'll even take 117, I think. So go to your calculator. What is it?
116.64.
Good, 116.64. Good. Now this is when you're given the square root. Okay, you're going to see it on your homework. Okay, go in the other direction now. Calculate the side length. So area equals S squared. 236 is the area. That equals S. It's not a 5, it's a letter. Now, how do we get rid of S squared? No. You're right about the both sides, though. That's good. Neha? Square root it, because we've got to do the opposite of squaring. So we see squaring, we have to square root, and we have to do it to both sides, like Miranda said, to keep it equal. So what does S equal? Notice how the square and the square root cancel. You're left with the letter S. Okay, so the square and the square root cancel. So 236 square root 15.36. So this one, A equals S squared. You must write this exactly as I have written it, please. Finish this off.
It's 0.36.
Thanks, Sarah. 0.36. Okay. 0.36 square root 0.6 equals S. All right. Now you have to estimate the square roots. So what's a perfect square below 20? 16. So that's going to be 4. Then what's the one number above 4? See how you can use 4 to help it get you the next number? And that'll be 25. So what's the approximate value of 20? Well, 20 and 25 are 5 digits apart. 16 and 20 are 4 digits apart. So we're probably looking at 4.4. If you said 4.5, I would mark it wrong. Okay. So above and below, and you got to look right here. Doing this difference part, right? This is huge. That's really important to give you an idea of where you should be. Do the next one. Go. It's not half. These numbers aren't the same. The numbers show you it's closer to 4. What would you say, Tim? 7.8. But aren't these like? Aren't we closer to the lower number? Yeah. So we wrote 7.4. Okay. Questions? That's probably a bit low, Eva. I mean, I probably wouldn't mark it wrong, though. But you can see how close they are to half, 8 and 7. Now, there's some more tricks that you can use to get more accurate, but I'm not too worried about it, okay? It's a decent intro. Okay, so on your homework, we will not have the quiz today.